I have done it again. I fully decorated almost the entire glittering dunes, watched Aladdin movies for hours and hours to create the most epic desert build I've ever done. The first ever mega build of Agrabah in 6 days. Well, there's no time to waste, so let the challenge begin. I'm Cupcake, by the way, and there are so many amazing areas to recreate from Aladdin's movie. So the plan is to cover all borderlands and the waste areas of the glittering dunes, so we can start by building the Arabian markets, as well as Aladdin's house, the palace grounds, Aladdin's guest room in the palace, the Caves of Wonders, and this last one, it'll be a secret area and probably the best area. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But first, do you remember where Aladdin and Jasmine met for the first time? Of course, the Arabian markets. Wait, don't go, because this is just day 1 and we are starting our desert markets right after the bridge, where they can sell all kinds of goodies from the fabled bazaars. Starting with the most flavorful one, I'm sure you can smell every spice from this stall. A lot of delicious fruits and veggies will be here on this side. On this small corner, I managed to fit 3 different stalls. The first one is where you can haggle the price of the silks and the satin shawls. I feel mixing up several bright colors gives a certain Arabian feeling to the area, and I'm just loving this. Pottery cannot be missing here in the markets, and I tried to find the pieces that actually fit well together here. On this stall here, we're having a special stall just for plants and greenery. Although I'm not sure if some of these plants would survive in this weather. Oh, and it's so frustrating that you cannot place anything on the red stalls. I think that might be a bug, because it just doesn't make sense that you can put things on the blue one but not on the red one. Like, what's with that? This stall here will have lots of apples to to purchase, just like Jasmine and Abu. Yeah. Might be good to have another veggie stall, and at the end of this alley, the treasure stall. I hope we can get Genie's lamp as a decor item at some point. Wouldn't that be super cute? Just a few more details. And I think this is looking awesome, especially for being just our day 1, don't you think? We couldn't finish the entire Borderlands in 1 day, but we'll definitely finish them in day 2. This small area will be like the end section of the markets, and I wanted to include some of my favorite crafting items from Eternity Isle. I believe this gorgeous fountain is not actually in the movie, but I honestly couldn't help myself from including it in this build, because it is my absolute favorite fountain in the entire game right now. And that of course includes this gorgeous bathtub with a certain mix of desert and jungle flora and some golden accents around. And I am also leaving some space for me to go around the fountain and fish in case we need it. But this side has my favorite tent in the entire market. As you can see, I tried to add more hanging fabric with the beds and a beautiful custom rug that matches the Arabian tea set perfectly. And I also did another color version for the other tea set. I will be publishing the tutorials for these gorgeous rugs later on, and I will add the links in the description below once they are published, so keep an eye on that. At the end of the main market area, we'll have the Desert Palace, decorated with beautiful trees and golden accents at the front, as well as some oil lamps to set the tone for the place, and it's definitely looking beautiful. I would imagine this palace pertains to some type of rich person living in the area. Here we have a suspicious sign pointing you away from this alley. Could this be a secret place? Perhaps we'll never know. Or will we? These Arabian markets, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Yeah, like the song. Which good ways, I always wondered. I feel day 2 was a bit short, but at least we managed to finish the Desert Palace and the left side of the Borderlands beautifully. Starting day 3 with Aladdin's house just behind the Desert Palace. And a huge note here, this is Aladdin's house when he was poor, so no gold or riches here. It might not be much, but it will have a great view. Some apples to offer Jasmine, and a small bottle for little Abu's hat. I actually thought this was a super cute detail to add. Now, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Then let's jump. Not really, but do you remember this secret alley we left on the right side of the palace? Well, this will be our jumping area, and we'll have a small pile of sand on the center, so it mitigates a bit our fall. I mean, Aladdin and Jasmine just jumped off a 3rd floor and survived, so of course there will be debris around. And probably some Legos. Yeah, why do the bricks look like Legos? Yeah, no bricks for Agrabah, only Legos. Maybe that's why Aladdin's house looks so messed up. And finally, a street lamp so Jasmine doesn't get lost when she gets back to the palace to try to save Aladdin. This is just looking amazing, and our next stop will be the palace grounds that we are starting on day 4. And this palace is the Sultan's palace where Jasmine lives. Do you remember how did Jasmine got out of the palace? Before we answer that, one of the scenes from my childhood memories was this gorgeous fountain area on the palace grounds where Jasmine freed her birds and wished for her freedom. Of course, we're going to make it just a bit more detailed and beautiful. And if you're still wondering how did Jasmine got out of the palace in the first place, the answer is by climbing a tree. Of course, we needed this tree to climb, and we definitely need Raja to try to stop her from doing something reckless. Some time ago, I asked my 4-year-old niece if she would prefer to have a pet fish like Ariel or a tiger like Jasmine. Guess what she picked? Of course, the tiger. I mean, Raja is definitely one of the cutest kitty cats ever. I bet you already know what I'm doing on this side. This is the entrance to Aladdin's guest room in the palace. Of course, we needed to go back to our trusty touch of magic tool to recreate the gorgeous path to the guest room. Too bad we don't have flamingos to use as decorations yet, but maybe one day, maybe one day. We still don't have a lot of Arabian looking furniture, but we can still use some of the colors and styles in the room, like reds, the purples, pinks, hanging fabric, and a lot of golden details fit for a prince. Before moving on, if you're liking this video, feel free to like and subscribe, only if you're interested in more, of course. This mystical land of magic and sand is more than it seems. There's a road that may lead you to good or to greed through the power your wishing command. let the darkness unfold, or find fortunes untold. Well, your destiny lies in your hands. I know you know this song. This and Friend Like Me are my favorite songs of the entire movie. Though if you enter the Cave of Wonders, you have to be very cautious. Remember, touch nothing but the lamp. A lot of riches needed to be in the Cave of Wonders. Shiny trinkets and gems that lure you into grabbing them. I'm honestly not sure if I'm fit to be the diamond in the rough. I mean, if I walk to a gold ingot and get this prompt of grabbing the item, how can I resist? But I do have to resist for the sake of this video. Not sure if the gold ingots will last long here though. It's finally day 6, and I hope you're ready to see what the last build is. It's Jafar's lair. Of course, after seeing the amazing gold cover statues, this was a must. Though the original lair of Jafar was a bit simple, so I'm combining the idea of his giant future-seeing machine with his very short time as a sultan in Agrabah, when he could have a grasp of all those riches and be the one and only ruler of Agrabah. Not the best time of the movie, but yeah, anyway. I'm enclosing the entire build with these tall bookshelves to act as walls, and for the centerpiece, my version of the future seeing machine. Which I guess it has an actual name, but I know you know what I'm talking about. I also added a floor pattern that kind of looks like part of the machine circuit. I thought it would look interesting to add these strange dot patterns on the floor. I am covering with this build the left side of the plains, so there will be an entrance to it with the custom rug that we already used and some cute lamps that lead you into the entrance. I really hope you liked my Agrabah mega build. Thank you all for watching and have a very sweet day.